Yo, back at you with another episode.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Back at you, man, with another exclusive episode. You know what I'm talking about? You know? Like, share the video, and all that good stuff, man. And we're going to talk about some things that I've experienced. And we're going to talk about some things that some people want to know. You know, there's a lot of bad information out here. A lot of people are just talking just to be talking. A lot of people are just talking theory, or they're telling you what sounds good. But when I speak from a place of experience. You know, firsthand info. It's not something that I made up. No, I've done it. You know, it's not like I read a book and I'd be like, hey, this is what happens when you go to Mexico. No, man. This is what happens when you go to Japan. No, you know. So there's a lot of misinformation out there. People are telling you that, hey, just be yourself. That's all you got to do. What? What the hell that mean? What if I don't know who I am? What if I don't like myself? That, what then? So you got a lot of that. People just saying things that sound good, but everything doesn't work for everybody, So just because something worked for you or me, that might not, just because it happened for me, it might not happen for you. But people will say, they'll use blanket statements. They'll say, hey, all you got to do is have a little common sense and you should be okay. What? What are you talking about? I mean, what does that mean? People they'll say stuff like, let me see something that I hear a lot. They'll say something like, hey, just talk. What do you mean just talk? Talking about what? I'm like, yeah, just talk, man, like you normally do. Well, I don't talk much. So what? Well, that don't mean nothing to me. So we got a lot of stuff, like people saying stuff like that. People assume that the person that they're talking to is just like them. And that's the mistake a lot of people make. They think everybody is just like them. They think everybody can pick up one day and just move to another country. They don't have no responsibilities and no bills. They say, hey, look, just make money online. Okay, how do I make money online? How do I do that? And in what way? How? I can barely pay bills over here. When my bills is paid, I got like $100 left. It's people saying stuff like this. You be like, and first it sounds good in theory, when they tell you, hey man, just move to Thailand or just move to Brazil or Colombia, it sounds good. But once you peel things back and be like, okay, how can I move? How can I move to Mexico or Brazil, or how am I going to do it? You got to get the money thing straight. Got to get the money in order. I mean, I don't know about you, but I'm not trying to work no job in another country. Now, I'm open to starting a business in another country or being some type of consultant in another country. Okay, but I don't want to work no 9-to-5 job in another country. That shit don't make no sense to me. I'd rather stay in America if I'm gonna work a 9-to-5 job in another country. But you have a lot of people that are talking this type of talk. So yeah, like, share the video, share the video, smash the like button. So you have a lot of people that's giving you theory, basically. It doesn't mean anything. It's just a good idea. It sounds good, but most cases that don't really mean anything. And I've been seeing these type of people on YouTube. When I first got on YouTube, I heard this type of talk. People will tell you, hey, I made $10,000 last month, right? But they won't tell you how they did it. And then might even let me tell you what they used to do a lot. They used to flash. You might have a guy that pull out a stack of 10 20K, right? He's counting it on the video and shit on his damn desk. And then he'll be like, hey, if you want to make some of this, if you want this money, listen to me. He'd be like, then he'll tell you, he won't tell you how he did it. He'll show you another way. And then most people will go out and try the way he shows you. And that shit ain't gonna work, for most people. And by that time, there's a whole set of other people coming in. And the shit becomes like a revolving door. So when it comes to traveling and relationship, it's the same old bullshit. Same thing they do with making money online is the same shit they do with any other area of activity. It's same old, same old. You got a bunch of people talking. They talk a good game. But if you meet some of these people in person or you talking to them over the phone, you're like, this dude's a fraud. Yeah, you be like, some of these guys, men and women, if you meet them in person, you wouldn't like them. It's just like you meet your favorite celebrity. If you met them in person, you wouldn't like them. You wouldn't. Trust me. Because I met some celebrities. When I was living in Atlanta, I had a change of, after I was done meeting them, I kind of changed how I saw them afterwards. Because they, see, a lot of these people online, just like the celebrities, public figures, they have a persona that they have to keep up, basically. Everybody that you see on video, they're not keeping the shit real. No, that's a persona, most of these people. I remember one time I met this girl. She was a YouTuber at the time. and she had security. This bitch had security, man, at the time. And I'm like, why you got security? You barely got 10,000 followers. You don't even really. I mean, I thought that was weird, man. You know what I'm saying? She had security at a at an event conference at the time. She had a security guard, yo. And then on top of that, she acted like she didn't know who I was, even though we were exchanging emails back and forth for months. I think like almost a year. She was acting like she didn't remember who I was at the time, man. For real. So it was weird, man. You just never know. You just never know how it's gonna go when you see somebody you see online. If you get lucky and see them in person, you might be surprised. You be like, oh, you know. And some people I've seen offline in person, a lot of them I don't approach them. I don't say anything. Come to think about it, most of them that I see, I don't say anything because a lot of people don't really know how to handle it. You know, they'll be like, hey, you know me? Like, no, I just see a video. They be like, oh, okay, you know. So a lot of people are really antisocial, or they very awkward socially. You know, they don't really know how to interact with people because they're like antisocial, really. You know, and these some of the same people that be traveling. These are some of the same people that be traveling all the time. If you meet them in person, boy, shit get very awkward. For real, man. You be surprised. You know, and these are the same people that's telling you, hey, you know, if you meet a girl, just treat her good. I'm like, what? Treat her good? What are you talking about? You know, like what this, you know, and let me tell you one of the biggest mistakes that a lot of guys make when they go to these other countries. And I made the same, did I make the same mistake? I assume I kind of made the same mistake too. But see, when you go to these other countries, look, there's a lot of attractive women all over the place. But oh shit, excuse me. But what I learned when I started traveling a lot, you see a woman and you be like, damn, son, you know that woman.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
She be fine, right? And some guys, being that we're in America, we're not used to seeing a bunch of attractive women all the time. We're not used to being around that, especially when we're young, you know, because we don't see a bunch of women in one spot all the time. Of course, we see attractive women sometimes, but there's attractive women everywhere in some of these other countries, right? So there's an abundance of attractive women. So a lot of us aren't used to that at an early age, unless you grew up in some place like Miami or LA or New York, you know, or maybe Houston. But outside of those major cities, like the Midwest, it's just It's regular. It's average looking woman. Really. But when you go to the other countries, oh, it's beautiful women everywhere. You know, there's no such thing as the sexiest woman in Japan, or the most beautifulest woman in Japan, or the most beautifulest woman in Colombia, you know, or the most beautifulest woman in Brazil, or in Australia, or in Korea, or no, there's a girl around the corner that look better than her, you know. But see, we feel like, hey, she's beautiful. She don't feel that way. She feels like she's just another Japanese girl that just happens to be attractive. But she doesn't see herself the way you do or I do. You know what I'm saying? We might look at her and we'd be like, damn, this bitch fine. Right? She doesn't see it that way. If you ask her, hey, on a scale of 1 to 10 or 0 to 10, how do you see yourself? She might say she's a 7. You might say she's a 9. Or you might say she's a dime piece. She doesn't see it that way because there's beautiful women everywhere. And a lot of guys are so goofy when they start hanging around attractive women, they start doing things that they wouldn't normally do. You know, like here in America, even here in America, guys will start acting all game goofy. They start doing stuff like giving a girl roses on the first, not the first date. Within 15 minutes, he giving her roses. God damn, bro. You know, that she probably never had that experience before from a guy that was in her culture, you know, or they'll start buying stuff for the woman. You know, take her shopping. I'm like, why are you taking a woman shopping and you just met her yesterday or earlier today? You know, it's like, what are you doing? And then you have some guys that just he'll just lose it, all composure. He'll start be like, damn, this bitch fine. Ooh, I'll drink her bath water. He'd be like, yo, hold chill, buddy. You know, he'll say, oh, she's wifey. I'm like, wifey for lifey. Like, bro, you gotta relax. You know? He'll be like, now all these women out here now, they'll be like, she's the one. I'm like, yo, you just met her yesterday. How the hell you know she's the one? Because she's attractive. And in his eyes, she's the best. So this is what this one of the biggest mistakes a lot of guys make. Look, just because she's attractive to you, don't really get caught up in how she looks. Look deep before you leap. That's what my grandmother used to say. You know, everybody wants to be attracted to a woman. That's a given. But maintain your composure. You know, as a matter of fact, you know, there's a lot of women in these other countries. They know that we get they know that we lose our composure and we get all excited when we see an attractive woman. That's really a form of weakness. It really is. You know, and a lot of women will play on it. They'll play on your weaknesses. That's just worldwide. This ain't an American thing. Women other places will play on your weaknesses too, which brings me to my next point. What you don't know can hurt you. What you don't know can hurt you. It can get you jammed up. I know quite a few guys, they ended up in positions where they had to go to jail. They had to go to prison in these other countries because they got jammed up. They didn't know, and they found out real quick too. Shit, shit got real. You know what I'm saying? And not knowing is not an excuse either. Just like they say, not knowing the law. I forgot what them attorneys usually say. Not knowing is no excuse of the law. Some phrase they always say, But just because you don't know, that doesn't mean you won't be held accountable. So I know a lot of guys went to prison in these other countries. I know a lot of guys that got set up because they trusted the woman. How the hell you trust a woman you don't even know? What kind of shit is that? Why would you be so I don't even know if you call that gullible. But why would you trust? What would make you trust a woman that you just met? Just because she looked good, you just give her the benefit of the doubt. And this is a lot of guys do this type of shit. This is why you have a lot of guys will end up in situations where they have to pay a woman just so she can leave, so he can get out of trouble. Or maybe he don't want to get in no trouble. He don't want no problems. So you have guys that be like, look, just give her $50 and let her go. I don't want no problems. You know what I'm saying? Because she might have lied on you, or she might have fast talked you. She might have said, hey, you were supposed to do this and do that. You supposed to give me some money. Or she'll bait and switch you. And she'll use her buddies or her brother as leverage to get you to pay. That happened to me when I was in Thailand. A woman actually threatened me. She threatened to call her I don't know, maybe her buddies to come and put the hands on me if I don't give up the money. So that happens a lot too. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes, man, it's good to just pay to get rid of a problem. You know what I'm saying? And it happens because I didn't know who she was. I was having such a good time. I was like, man, it's whatever. So back in the day, man, I used to haul ass. If I remember in Thailand, I had a hotel room at I don't remember where we had a hotel room at, but me and my man had a hotel room, and when the girl tried to use her, she tried to basically try to get me to pay out money that I didn't even know I was supposed to pay out, right? So she threatened to call her buddies on the phone to come over there and put hands on me, right? So she ended up going to the she ended up going in the shower. And while she was in the shower, I got dressed and I got up out of there. I'm running down the street and shit. Man, I was running down the street. So that's how I used to do back in the day. I would run. I'm like, fuck that. I ain't getting played. Now the problem Now that's not, I don't recommend you do that. That's not the best way to handle a situation like that. Because the problem with that, you see, I was being selfish because my buddy was still in that hotel room. And see, if that girl would have called her buddies over there, and my man, he could have got jammed up for some shit that was really on me. Because I was dealing with that woman. You know what I'm saying? What I should have done, even though I didn't know, I'm not that type of guy to like to pay for cooch. But even though I didn't know, what I should have done, pay that woman that damn money and let her go about her business. That's what I should have done. You know what I'm saying? But this woman was walking down the street actually looking for me because my buddy told me she was. And see, that's not the business. That's not what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? But see, I was young and wild and crazy back then. That's not what you want. You don't want no problems in these other countries, man. You don't want no smoke. You want to be cool with the locals. That's what you really want. You know what I'm saying? But hey, I was young and wild, and I was out there having a good time, and I felt when I was younger, I felt like I didn't want to get played, so I would do almost anything to get out of the situation because I looked at it like I don't want to do shit that I don't want to do. I shouldn't have to do shit that I don't want to do. This is my thinking at the time. Of course, as I got older and a little wiser, I've learned better, And at that time, OG of mine, he was like, yo, man, in a situation like that, you should have just paid that woman that money. Tell her to kick rocks, young buck. That's what he called me at the time. Because this dude, he'd been to Thailand, I don't know, man. He'd been to all these damn countries. He was in the Navy for like 20 years at the time. So, obviously he had more experience than me. You know what I'm saying? But, that I used to do some wild shit, man, back in the day. And I wouldn't do that today because it's dangerous to do that type of shit. It's not like, I could have put my friends in harm's way because I was being selfish. Howard, I was being selfish, but was what you don't know can hurt you. And I would say you got to get out of this way of thinking that just do the right thing. What the hell does doing the right thing mean? It's kind of a broad statement that a lot of people make. These other people, they have a different way of thinking, and always keep in mind, people will always do what's in their best interest. So people are not doing the right thing. People do what they've been taught and they do what's in their best interest. So whenever I hear somebody say, hey, do the right thing, I'm like, I cringe. What the hell does that mean? What the hell does doing the right thing really means? I cringe when I hear people talk like that because nobody else is like thinking that way. People are doing what they've been taught and they're doing what's in the best interest of themselves, especially when you go to another country, and you got to keep in mind, you're always going to be the foreigner. That's never going to change. Doesn't matter if you live there or visit there, you're always going to be the foreigner. That's what it is, you know. So a lot of guys go there and they go there with the American way of thinking. And see, here in America, we have that competitive spirit, right? These other people, for the most part, they don't really they don't we're like individuals here in America. These other people move as a group, as a collective. So it's all about family for them, for the most part, unless the family's broken. But for the most part, they move like a family. It's all about the group for them. Now, if you take that individual mindset to some of these other countries, that shit's not gonna work. That shit's not gonna work. I'm gonna tell you right now. What's gonna happen is you're gonna end up falling out with that damn family over there. If you take that individual way of thinking to some of these other countries, you're gonna fall out with their family real fast. I'm gonna tell you right now. Because they eat as a family, they go to events as a family, they do everything as a family. So if you're the odd man out, they're gonna be looking at you like, hey man, you being disrespectful. They're like, man, you being disrespectful, man. You never come out to cookout, you never come out to the birthday parties, you never come out to the holiday parties, you never come out to drink with us, you never come out with anything. So you're gonna end up falling out with them family real fast. Shit. And keep in mind, you're always gonna be the foreigner. You know, not the black foreigner, not the white foreigner, but the foreigner. Especially black people, we don't move as a collective. That's why our community gets separated and conquered all the time. Yeah, you know, yeah, because we picked up them bad habits, you know, and a lot of us think that shit works, you know. I mean, now just keep in mind, some of us had to move as a individual. We had to move that way because maybe you from a broken family, or maybe you from the hood. You know, maybe you from them. Maybe you born and raised in some place like L.A., where you from Compton or Watts, where them neighborhoods is like. And some of them neighborhoods in LA, I've been in a few of them neighborhoods in LA. It looked like a damn war zone, man. God damn. I mean, it used to look like it. I don't know what it looked like now. I'm talking in the 90s. When I was in LA and San Diego, man, these neighborhoods look like a war zone, man. So if you're from a neighborhood like that, you kind of have to be an individual. That's all you know for your first, I don't know, 25, 30 years of your life. And until you go to someplace else, and then you be like, oh shit, I can relax now. I ain't in the hood no more. You know what I'm saying? But you still got 25, 30 years of programming. That's all you know. You don't know how to be you don't know how to be in a group. You don't know. You have to learn that type of shit. And that's not gonna happen overnight. You know? Not gonna happen overnight, man. You know, so you have to learn how to be that way. You know what I'm saying? But you know, if you're in that type of neighborhood for all those years, you don't know what you don't know. You're only doing what you think is in your best interest. Really. But if you go over to some other country, man, like that, you're gonna fall out real fast with that family. I've seen it happen. Shit. I've seen it happen, man. And see, you have to understand that when being that we're from over here, these other guys, and this is something that I learned. These other guys, they don't have to be great. They don't have to be a high value man, so to speak. They don't have to be, because they can afford to make mistakes. They can afford to make a lot of mistakes. You know why? Because they're working as a group. They're working as a group. So they don't have to be the best man in the family or be the most productive man in the family. I mean, they can if they want to, but they don't really have to, because it's a group thing. You know what I'm saying? In these cultures, you're expected to be the man. Be the man. Lead by example. Be the man. You're expected to be them. You're expected to hold, basically, be the man. Really, And as long as you keep doing that, everything will be fine. Really, just be productive. Do what you say you was gonna do or supposed to do. That's it. Really. Nothing more, nothing less. It really ain't that complicated. It doesn't get complicated until you bring her over here. Doesn't get complicated until you bring her over here. If you bring a woman over here, I would say this. People have asked me this. Hey, if I bring a woman over here, how long is it gonna take before she becomes Americanized? Somebody asked me that like a couple of weeks ago. I would say it really depends on the guy, because if you bring a woman over here, she kind of have to. Let's assume she never been to America before. Let's assume she never been to America, right? So that means she's gonna have to depend on you, to show her around, and everything. So let's say you take your time. Let's say she don't speak no English or very little. So you taking your time, showing her around, showing her the ropes, get her driving license, all that type of shit, right? If that's the case, you're gonna have a good 10 to 15 years before she becomes Americanized. If that's the case. If you slow rolling now, right? Now, if you living that fast life out here, if you wide open out here, living that party life, you still going to the club, you out in them streets, you still doing your doing your thing. If you in and out of town all the time, and y'all going together, you introducing her to new people all the time. Maybe you introduce some of your peoples, and she get a job and she's meeting people on the job and all that shit. Man, let me tell you something. You might 5 to 10 or less. Probably within 5 years, this woman gonna be Americanized. If you living fast like that, because you wide open, and being wide open that's not a good thing all the time. Being open-minded that's not really a good thing. There's a balance. If you're too open, you can't decipher and filter out certain things. And especially if you're someone that's coming from the outside in, from another environment, another country, you know, and English is not your first language or not her first language. It's no, if you're not filtering or really protecting her really from the negative stuff, the ratchetness from certain people, whatever, she doesn't know. You know what I'm saying? So if she's too wide open along with you, man, you might have 5 years, man. She'd be wild as hell. I've seen it happen. I've seen this happen quite a few times, man. Man, you have women that come over here from these other countries, man, and they be partying their ass off, getting drunk, getting high. I'm like, damn, you probably be thinking that she's born and raised here until you get to know her, and she'll tell you, nah, I'm from, I don't know, Peru or Guatemala or Mexico. But she's like, oh, I've been here for 20 years though. I said, oh, okay. And she'd be wild as hell. And you might think she's Caucasian. You might think she's Caucasian. She could pass for a white woman until you get to know her, and because she got a heavy accent, and you be like, oh, wait a minute, where are you from? And she'll be like, oh, I'm from Mexico, or I'm from Brazil, or something like that. Panama, something like that, you know? It'd be like that. You'd be like, this motherfucker's off the chain. I'm telling you, man, it'd be like that. If you live in that fast life, you might have 5 years or less. You're gonna become Americanized. Now, that doesn't mean she's gonna treat you badly when she becomes Americanized. No, that don't mean he's gonna treat you badly. You know. No, not at all, man. Yeah, smash the like button, share the video. I will have to add Sharp. Some women become Americanized before they come here. They hear stories from other women of what they can do, cannot do compared to their own country. Yeah, that happens too. That's why I said, let's assume that she's never been here before. You know what I'm saying? Now, a woman that's been here before, or she got friends here, I'm gonna fall back from her. I'm kind of fall back from her. I don't really want to see the problem with a woman that got friends here or been here before, or she'll say, oh, I've been here a couple times, you know what I'm saying? Or they say they might have a visa and everything. The problem with that, see, I don't know what happened before. And see, there's a lot of lies that people will tell people that they know, a lot of misinformation too. And see, I don't know what was said, so I usually fall back from a woman that's like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't really want to. I don't put too much stock in, invest my time in a woman like that. I usually keep my distance because I've seen this go left. You know, so I'm like, nah. You know, she'll be like, oh, I got some friends in Miami. I'm like, oh, okay. How many times you been to Miami? Oh, I've been 5 times. I've been in New York once. I'm like, all right, mommy. You know, I fall back from that. Or she'll say, I've been to LA, Miami, and New York. I fall back on that. You know, I just been around. I've seen. You got to think about it. LA and Miami is probably the biggest tourist areas where people come here. They want to go. They hear about New York and LA, and you might have a woman that been to LA and New York and Miami multiple times. What for? Or she might have family in these areas. So I'm like, yeah, I'm good. I fall back. I'm not putting too much into that, because nah, and just like you said, you said it's a lot of misinformation out here. So I don't, now if she comes clean and if I believe her to be true, what she says, oh, that's another thing, but for the most part, I fall back. Because I've met women in the past that said, "Hey, yeah, I'm from Colombia, and I've been to Miami a couple times before I got here, and I've been to New York a couple times, and they were very secretive too. They never told me. She never told me what they never told me what they did for a living. You know what I'm saying? It was weird. That's weird, man. So I'm kind of, if somebody's asking you all these damn questions, and when it's time for you to ask them the same question, and they kind of get a little standoffish, well, something ain't right about that. So I'm good. I usually fall back. You know what I'm saying? If you're doing the same thing I'm doing, I mean, I'm not saying anything wrong with what I'm doing, but I'm just saying, if I'm from here and you're from someplace else, and you're doing the same thing I'm doing, and let's say I used to drink, right? I don't drink no more. I might drink maybe one beer or whatever. But if you drink more than I drink, like when I was drinking, if you drink more than me, I'd fall back off you. You can't drink more than me, man. If you're a woman, no, that ain't gonna work. No, I don't like. I mean, even when I used to drink a lot, I didn't get drunk. I didn't get drunk a lot. I probably, I've been drunk, I don't know, less than 10 times. It's like less than 10 times. I didn't get drunk a lot. I never wanted to get in a position where I didn't know what the hell was going on, And I never thought a woman that got drunk all the time was cool. I never thought that was cool. You know what I'm saying? So, if she's drink, okay, it's cool. But getting drunk all the time and wobbly, nah, I never really, you know, nah, I can't do that, man. And I don't like no woman that's fat. I can't support obesity. No, I can't do it. I can't do it, man. I can't do it. I can't support obesity. I'm sorry. I know a lot of people ain't gonna like that. They say you're supposed to accept women as they are. No, I'm never gonna accept you as you are. If I care about you, I want you to be the best you can be. So that means I have to say something. Because I see something in you that maybe you don't see. So if I care about you, I feel obligated to say something about what you're doing that I might not like. So to say that you should accept a woman as she is, that don't make no damn sense. That don't make no damn sense, man. Yeah. But people will say that, they'll try to shame you.
Nope.
You know, that don't work on me though. Shaming don't work on me. You know. Yeah, smash the like button, share the video. What the hell is this? Yeah, but I don't, you don't say anything. If I don't say anything, that means I don't care, you know? And I'm not around anybody like that I don't care about, but a lot of people won't say, a lot of guys won't say what they know they should say because I don't want to hurt her feelings, man, or whatever. But if she's big like a buffalo, which is too late to say something then you're going to say something. She's 80 pounds overweight, and now you're going to be like, yeah, you're getting too fat. You should have said that when she was at 20 pounds overweight. You should have said something. You waited until she was 80 pounds overweight to say she's too fat. Come on, cuz. No. And then a lot of these guys will put up with more shit with a woman from another country than they'll put up with a woman in America. Versus a woman versus a Black American woman. That don't make no sense to me. Make sense to me. Black women do the same thing. They'll talk with talk to a white guy or some other guy, Korean guy, some other guy from another culture or country. They'll put up with more shit from him than us. That don't make no sense. I mean, the woman might be big as a house, big like a hippopotamus.
She belongs to the streets.
That's like big like a hippopotamus. And that's what. I'm not gonna call his name. Yeah, man, but then I can't support obesity, man. I can't do it. You know what I'm saying? I can't do it, man. Now there's such a thing as a woman being proportionate. That does exist now, meaning that she might be overweight, but she carries her weight well, meaning she's proportionate. So, in other words, let me give you a good example of this. If your stomach is bigger than your ass, you out of pocket. No, that's not the business right there. No, she's out of pocket. No, You can't, you're not gonna make sense. You're not gonna make that make sense to me. No. I don't care where you're from. I don't care what country you came from. You're not gonna make that make sense to me. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? Nope. And there's a lot of women that would have a problem with me saying something like that. You saying my stomach big? Your stomach is bigger than your ass. What part of that? Not true. Yeah. What? It's true. Am I lying? What it is, a lot of women don't want you to say anything. Accept them as they are, and that's it. But see, you have a lot of women are hypocrites. There's a lot, women are telling guys to do things that they would never do. They would never do it. You know what I'm saying? That's the problem. A lot of women will say, hey, why don't you just work with me? Work with me. How much time you think I got? How much time you think I got? Work with me. That's bullshit. And there's something my mom told me a long time ago. My mom told me this when I was growing up. And you got to keep in mind, the women in my family, men and women, in my family lived to be old. I'm talking old as dirt. I like my grandmother's sister is 98 years old to this day. And she's still dressing like she's 50, 60. She still put on a dress, big ass hat that they wear at church. It's still dressing like 40 years ago. And I watched my mom stopped dressing. When I was growing up, I ain't never seen my mom wear a pair of jeans until she was about 70. Everything was dress, blouse, shit like that. I had never seen her wear jeans, no khakis, no pants, maybe short pants, but no jeans like you see a lot of women today. I didn't see my mom do that shit until she was 70 years old, right? So she stopped dressing when she was 75. That's because she got sick. You know what I'm saying? She just couldn't remember what the hell she was wearing or whatever, so she would just grab anything. You know what I'm saying? But if it wasn't for that, she would have been still dressing. So this is what I saw when I was growing up. So you have a lot of women today, what the hell, they wear leggings. Leggings is like I don't even know how to characterize this shit. Leggings is like, okay, I'm going to the store, I'm gonna put on these leggings. Leggings weren't, I could be wrong about this. I don't think leggings were supposed to be the standard of clothing to go to the store or go out and about to the mall. I thought leggings were supposed to be like something you work out in, or something you wear at home or way out in the yard, something like that. When did leggings become the standard of dressing for women? I didn't see that when I was growing up. I didn't see that. I didn't see women obese like they are today when I was growing up. A fat woman would stick out when I was growing up. A fat woman would stick out easily. I remember a fat woman was a creep, a late night creep when I was growing up. Now, a fat woman today is on the internet telling guys what kind of date she wants, telling guys what kind of man she's looking for. She's calling the shots. At least she's trying to anyway. So, I remember as a guy, if a guy found out you was dating a fat woman, they would laugh at you.
No, 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 no.
They would laugh at you, man, because a big girl was a late night creep. A big girl wasn't somebody that you would take on a date, go to prom with, get married to, take her out of town or traveling. No. This is why I say today, guys don't really have standards today. They don't really have standards today. A lot of guys have dropped the ball. The bar is low today. So today, for a guy, it's easy to stick out because most guys don't really have no standards. And this is just across the board, by the way. This ain't a black thing, white thing. No, white guys doing the same shit. You know? Now, there's always going to be a certain selective of white guys, a certain selective of black males that don't like obesity. They're not going to put up with that. But for the most part, everybody doing the same thing today. And I'm all across the country. I'm seeing this shit. You know, the shit has changed today. You know, things have changed. Things aren't. People don't think the way they used to. You know, but that's okay. It's easier for a guy like you with standards to stick out and upgrade yourself and take things to the next level. That way, you have a better experience with women. And, you know, you won't make those mistakes like most of these guys. Because, you know, most, unfortunately, we don't get to pick our parents. And a lot of us didn't have the best role models growing up. And, you know, you don't know what you don't know. You know, your parents can only tell you what they know. And a lot of guys had weak fathers growing up. You know, the mothers dominated the household, whether he was there or not. In most cases, you know, his dad probably was a simp. Just because you had a dad at home, that don't mean he's a good role model. You know, I mean, I don't know which worse are when the dad ain't around or when he is around. I don't know if he's a weak dad or I don't know. I don't know which is better or worse. I don't know. But I know some of us didn't have the best role models. And some of us saw our dads simping with our moms. You know, just tell mom, just go along, get along. That's not representing, man. That's not the business right there. That's not something. See, I didn't see that when I was growing up. I don't even know. I didn't see that until I graduated and went to college. I started going home on the weekends with some of my friends. And I saw how their moms were treating the dad. Like this one friend in particular, his mom used to yell and scream across the damn room. You know, that was her form of communication, just yelling and screaming and shit. And I'm not from a family that's like that. So I'm like, yo, I ain't come back over here no more. You know? No, it was just kind of crazy, man. It was kind of crazy, man. But you gotta but there's a lot of lies out here, online especially. There's a lot of people that's saying things that's not true. But you have to be consciously aware of what's really going on out here. Because if you have the right information, you won't make a lot of these mistakes, you know?
Again, you've been had. You've been took. You've been hoodwinked. Bamboozled. Led astray. Run amok. This is what he does.
Yeah. So, hey, I'm going to say this, man. I'm getting up off here, man. It's been an hour. Check out my Patreon. I only plan on being on air an hour, man. Check out my Patreon, man. I just uploaded a new video like a couple days ago. I'm gonna add a bonus interview I did a couple days ago as well. Tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So if what the heck? You need any help, man, that's probably the best way to go with my Patreon. For the most part, you know. That's the best way to go, man. Check out my hit the Cash App if you like the show. You know what I'm saying? And don't forget to check out the Love Can't Wait podcast as well. You know what I'm saying? I got a new episode. Well, yeah, I uploaded a new episode in there yesterday. Yeah, yesterday I uploaded a new episode on there. I felt like yesterday was Sunday. Yesterday was Monday. It was holidays, man. So yeah. Yeah, that's all I got, man. I'm out. Peace. Did you like that video? If you want more of that, it's right here. Boss Life Secrets on Amazon.com. And share this video. Until next time, I'm out. Peace.